Guys, welcome back to some more companions. Today's video, we want to do some summons and want to look at the current event that is up, which is very similar to the classic version, but we are absolutely dominating the guild scramble. So overall, this is a place that you have to get a lot of resources. And as you can see, T1, which we are in the guild, D2 and myself and a lot of other individuals are number one in here, and number one by a considerable really margin. So going in here, operations very similar to the treasure vanguard, I think it is, if I remember the name correctly. So we have the three levels. We have the escort, we have the inspect, and then we have the fight. We are in here fighting with our teams and allowing us to complete the task. Now this, of course, the loot system and what you get out of this event is very different than what we see with the classic version. But overall, you can see the guild resources are continuing to climb in the total CP as well, giving us rewards. Now this is what we're looking for. The guild rewards is these Stargazer scrolls. So since I've started here, and I want to show you because with this, it's pretty cool. It does track how long you have been playing because we do get the offers in here, and we get the daily offers that do come up when you're looking for heroes with the unlimited card draws. So you can see right here, we are on day, I believe, 112. So we're 112 days in. At this point, I have the original version of Talene up to Legendary Plus. So thinking about this, guys, I put money originally when we got some diamonds to do some summons. Also about the monthly cards the very first time that they came out. Since that point, we have not spent anything into the game itself. Looking at our merchants, we don't buy the cards, we don't buy anything. Even looking at the merchant ship, we bought the climbers pack, the advancement pack, and then we bought the monthly card. We did not purchase anything else, and we have not bought anything else at this point. But that means we have been struggling with heroes and building out these heroes. And this is something that a lot of players are saying with companions specifically. It's very hard to get started. Once you start getting them built, it's pretty easy with the summons. But of course, remember, we also do have transcendent heroes and we have the Stargazer. So right here, we do have two Stargazer scrolls. You cannot use diamonds in this one. In the classic version, you can use your diamonds, you can do your summons. In companions, you cannot use diamonds, meaning the summons that we get out of here are the only ones we get. And there is the copy. We had been waiting for this copy forever. This is going to give me the ability to take Talene actually to Mythic, adding a signature item on there, which that is a whole nother thing we'll talk about in just a minute. But that is part that is incredibly difficult. Now, Destiny summons, we do have Trishia that is up. If you're just looking for a regular hero, she's going to work incredibly well. She does on the classic version. I am still looking and building these out with the summon dimensional spirits because I know this is very limited. We have 2 more weeks and these are going to be gone, which again, in my opinion, the only way you're going to be able to get these after it leaves here is through the Stargazer. They are available in there. So if you did get Ainz, if you got Albedo, if you got Sheltier, you're not going to have the ability to build them or actually add any more to them unless you're going in and using the Stargazer. Then, of course, that means you're not getting Celestials and you're not getting Hypo heroes. So definitely make sure you do note that. I'm hoping that we can get 2 more is what we're looking for. I know we got 2. I believe last time we did get 2. No, I've also haven't been spending diamonds. We spent a little at the beginning, but looking at the diamonds and really the diamond situation, it is imperative that you build heroes. That is where we're getting stuck. So when you look at the store, getting your red chests out of here, getting your primordial and your amplifying emblems, and doing that, even red chests right here, and then I was getting the Stargazer scrolls out of the guild itself. We're only getting the tier stones because now we're starting to see a lot of this mythic gears coming on a regular basis. Also with the mythic gear, take note that even though it shows right in here that you have this little question mark of if you're getting a faction, I bought gear out of here and it is factionless, meaning there's no faction attached to it. And then of course for the stones, we're just looking at rare cards as well. Gonna have to start picking up some more elite heroes out of there. But let's hop in the Noble Tavern. I want to do all of the regular summons as well. And again, I'm saving the diamonds for the reset because it is very imperative that you build out the heroes that you're getting. And that is kind of where we're stuck. If you remember, when we started playing on this account, it was very hard, struggling, very hard. You never had food. You never had the rare heroes. You couldn't build up anyone in their entirety because you were missing food over and over and over again. There's a copy of Nevi. Now we're at the point where we're starting to get a decent income of food, but we're kind of running out of heroes to build, which is interesting. As we continue getting all of these heroes up to 5 stars, there's a second copy of Rosaline. It seems like there's not a ton to build anymore. It is kind of what we're getting more summons then we're seeing the heroes that are popping up like Tricia and Pharrell. It's just going to take time to get them ultimately. But like I said, we're starting to see a lot more rare food, rare stones, different game modes that are producing some resources. And of course, when it comes to building the heroes themselves, that I feel is where this game is kind of lacking when it comes to getting those insignias. And I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. So going through here, let me make sure the bag, let's pop all of these open. So we're running out of resources. We're running out of insignias. There is a copy of Angelo, so a little bit more food in there. And then resource-wise, you can see we have 63,000 hero essence. Again, getting to the point where hero essence is coming up a lot more. And we're maxing out a lot of these heroes. We're starting to get quite a few of them up to 5 stars. So there is Rosline going up to 5 stars. Now, also remember that heroes can go transcended, which means when the hero gets 4 and it is 4 additional elite plus, so that is 8 copies in total. Over the 5 stars, you can go ahead and you can transcend the hero, which again is very, very expensive getting to that point, but you can transcend the heroes from that point. So here, in addition, looks like we are going to have enough copies in here. And again, we've been kind of just slowly building out a lot of these heroes, but this is going to allow us to build. Skorath is going to be the next one that is hitting that ascended level. Still waiting to see with our awakened heroes who is going to be the next one. Who are we going to see of the awakened heroes? Honestly, it's been kind of a question mark. Now we also do have Hendrik in here. We have Gwen in here, which are both at that Mythic Plus. So we just need to pull more copies of them. And then I'm looking to build out Estrilda so we can actually use a couple copies in here. And Estrilda, I think, or no, we were working on Taen. I think, again, Taen is down here. I almost made the mistake. We need one more piece of food, and then we'll get Taen up to Mythic. He's being used quite a few places for a damage dealer. Even in here with our Wilders, we're working on Oku. You can see we already have 4 that are fully built, have 2 more that are already ascended right here. So it's probably going to be Respin, looking at how many more that we got, because of course Oku, we just need those copies. So Respin would naturally be the next one that we're building. And then in here, the exact same, we got so many copies of Desira. We decided to go ahead and build her up. That way we can add stars on there. And finally, boom, Talene goes to Mythic. And again, 112 days, guys, it took to get a hero to Mythic based on, not doing the purchases, nothing else. I'm literally just building the hero to get up that signature item. And then, of course, in here, we are just waiting to build up Ainz a little bit. Classic version, Ainz really having no impact at all. In the Companions version, Ainz is being actually used quite a bit in a lot of different game modes. So there we go. So we got Scrath built up. So looking at the heroes now, we're at, 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 22 ascended heroes at this point. We have a lot more that are at Mythic and that are at Mythic Plus. Building them up just kind of slow and steady, adding some more gear to them, building them up does take a lot of time, but I love the divine abilities, and I love the ability they gave them is they're slowly releasing the divine ability. And I really think if they did this with engraving, if looking back with the engraveyard and that everything that happened with that, if they would have slow released engraving to all of the heroes like they're doing with the divine effects in here, it would have been an absolute game changer. Now looking at some heroes like Sheltier, we are still building her up again. Slowly, as you can see. We have a plus 26 signature item. We do already have Solus at a 30. I am not going, and I believe you can take this higher. I am not building these heroes past a 30 because, of course, when it comes, there is no 40 at this point. I don't know if there's going to be a 40, but you can see most of these heroes are at a 20 as it sits today. Literally going down here level by level by level, building them up and adding levels and adding gear. Gear, of course, as you can see, most of this is still, we have Mythic gear. Most of it on a lot of these heroes is still the legendary gear, and some of the Mythic gear, kind of a blend. When you start getting a little bit further, you can see it's almost it's almost legendary gear in its entirety, short of the one-off pieces that we've kind of gotten here and there. And we have also seen just some kind of random Mythic drops. That's why I said earlier, when it comes to gear, I'm just waiting to get it out of the AFK rewards because we're getting it on a more regular basis. And we did hit chapter 34, so we are already 34 chapters. Every time I try to move this little sidebar over here, but we are 34 chapters. You can see a lot of players are here. We can definitely make some more progression, and even in the Forked Fates, we're already up to 36. I was pushing this yesterday. This is really imperative to push for the simple fact that when you start looking at where your rewards are coming from, we are looking for this. So we are looking for not only essence, you can see 4,000 a day, but looking at the experience right now, we're getting around 10,000 a minute. We have to really build this out. I'm making a lot more progression in here. And of course, partnered up with D2, we're doing incredibly well. But all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.